Hi Libra, welcome to October. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for those who've taken time out to leave comments. I read all of them and I really appreciate the feedback. And for those who've ordered readings, thank you for your support. Thank you for choosing me. And for anyone who's new, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the videos. So this month, we have a new moon in your sign, Libra, on October 9th. Actually, it's 8th. It's late at night on the 8th. And for some people, depending where you live, it could be early morning on the 9th. But in any case, and then we have a full moon in Taurus on the 24th of October. So let's see what the cards have to say about love for Libra. What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for the month of October? What does Libra need to know about love and relationship for the month of October? What does Libra need to know? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. The Death card, the Sun, the Empress, the Magician. Wow, you've got a lot of major arcana. The Temperance, the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So, you start the month off with the Death and the Sun. So the Death card, this is a card of major change. You're ending a cycle. You're leaving. It's a transformation from the old to the new. It's a transformation where you're leaving whatever's no longer working or whatever. Like you're ending a cycle. It's like death to a way of life, death to an old you. It's not a physical death, not usually. I mean, some people when they see the Death card, they go, oh my God, am I going to die? No. But it does mean a literal death. Like a part of you is dying, is no longer exists. It's like you have this new, there's a part of your life that is no longer valid or it's dying and you're preparing for this new spring, let's say. It's kind of like winter turning to spring. You're clearing out the old, clearing out the past, releasing whatever is no longer growing or whatever's no longer serving you so that you can make room for spring, so that you can make room for new growth. And then you have the Sun crossing this, which means the future is going to be much brighter. So whatever you've gone through or whatever you're going through, if something is ending in your life, let it go. Don't worry about it because it's really just making room for the Sun. The Sun card is a card about honoring your inner child. It could be a card of having fun, joy in your life. Things are going to change. So if you've been going through a difficult time, it's kind of like going from a rainy, cloudy day and then all of a sudden the clouds break and the sun comes out and everything is just great. Like you feel the warmth of the sun. You're having fun. In some decks you see two people like just playing together like children. So you're going to come into a lighter time. You're coming into a time where you're going to be enjoying life more. So whatever you've been through, it's over. The worst is over. And you can only look forward to the light at the end of the tunnel or their days getting brighter. The basis of the reading, here you have the Empress. So this is a card of family, motherhood, creativity, harvest. So you might have, you might be starting to see the fruits of your success. So if you've put, like there might be, maybe you're really close to your family or you've been close to your family or you're surrounded by family. So whatever the Death card has brought into your life, you're not alone in your journey. You have family and loved ones and children around you. For some people, this could be, you know, a birth that you've either recently given birth, and you're enjoying the family. And that the death card can sometimes represent that, going from one status to another. So like going from, you know, being married with no children, and all of a sudden you're having children, you're a mother. Or going from single to married, or married to single. I mean, it's that kind of a thing, where you're transforming. The person that you were no longer exists. Now you're this new person. And the life that you lived is changing too. So there's like an ending and a new beginning with the death card. The Empress, this can also relate to creativity. Maybe you're getting involved in, you're creating something new. And it needs to be nurtured. So if it's a new relationship, it's not something that, it's something that's going to take a long time to develop, kind of like a baby in the womb. So it could be a project, it could be a career goal, it could be a relationship that, you know, maybe you've recently met someone and you're slowly growing the relationship. You're not rushing into anything. It's taking time to develop. Or your new idea is taking time to develop. You have to nurture it like a mother. It's your baby. The Magician is a card of communication and manifestation. It's a card of mental powers or mental talent. So you're a good communicator. You could be a good writer, or your thought processes are very powerful at this time in October. So it's really important. This is a card of manifesting. Your thoughts create your reality. So it's very important to keep your thoughts on the positive, to visualize, you know, the best outcome or positive outcomes, because you can create that in October, especially because you have the new moon in Libra, which is in your sign. So it'll be a good time for new beginnings for you, a new way of expressing yourself, because it'll fall in your first house. But we'll get to the astrology later. And you have all these major arcana cards. This is a very fateful time in your life, where the decisions you're making, the actions you're taking are going to have a major impact on your life. So you have to really think about what you're doing, and think about how your words are creating your outcome, or your life. What are you thinking? What are you saying? Because those have a greater chance of being fulfilled at this time. So you want to choose your words carefully. And the power of this card is channeling divine energy, channeling your thoughts, you know, so that you can create whatever kind of reality you want to have for yourself in the future. And it all starts with your thoughts. The thoughts are the blueprint for your reality. Coming up in the future, you have the Temperance card. That's also a card of balance. And that's perfect for Libra, because Libra is all about balance. You know, seeing both sides, learning how to compromise. So you're good at that. You might be doing more of that in October. It's also telling you, because I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles, sometimes Libras have a tendency to want to please everyone. And sometimes you just have to take a stand. Or you overgive and you don't think about giving to yourself. You have to make yourself be part of the equation. So this could come up sometimes, the Temperance, when you need more work-life balance. Maybe you've been working really hard on a goal and you're not giving enough time for you, for downtime. Or you're not giving enough time for a relationship or for family. So this is a card of, you know, not going to extremes, finding the balance between work and play, between career and relationship, even in a relationship, finding a balance where both people's needs are being met. And that's the theme of this new moon, because it's very strongly connected to Libra. It's a Libra new moon. It's connected to Venus, which relates to love and money. So it's about finding that balance, finding that win-win situation, and not going to either extreme of either positive thinking or negative thinking. You know, don't over-idealize something. Don't think the worst-case scenario either. So if you find that, if you follow the middle ground in October, if you balance everything out and just take things slow and not go to extremes, you should be enjoying the blessings of the sun. The sun is saying that no matter what you've been through, everything's going to be okay. Things are only going to get better. So don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on losses or any difficulties that you've gone through. Focus on the positive. Focus on what you're giving birth to. Focus on the new energies coming in. So you have this Two of Swords here in the future. This is a card of being on the fence, being undecided about what you want to do, maybe in a relationship, because there might have been a case where, this is a case where you know you have to make a decision, but you're afraid to make a decision. You're afraid to take action. So you're kind of sitting there waiting for a sign, waiting for maybe somebody else to make the first move because you don't want to make it. You don't want to make the decision. And Libra has, a lot of times Libras have a hard time making decisions because, I mean, they're known to be indecisive. Not because they're weak or anything. It's just because they could see so many angles. They could see both sides, that they see the validity of either side. So it's like, well, I can see this person's right and I can see this person's right. So, you know, there's really no, it's not like a no-brainer to them. They could, you know, some people are saying, nope, this is right and I'm going to do this, and they don't even want to look at the other side. But Libra can see all the different angles and see like the positive and the negatives of either choice. And so that it paralyzes them because they're like, well, I don't know what to do. If I do this, this might happen. If I do that, that might happen. You know, so you're just kind of stuck. This is a card of feeling stuck in the decision-making process. And it often comes up in a relationship when two people maybe are not communicating, and both sides are waiting for the other person to take the first step. So you might be, maybe had a falling out with someone, and you're saying, well, I'm not going to call them, they have to call me. Or, you know, and then they're saying the same thing. And so nothing is happening. This is like a stalemate card. So you may be, like, you're not really taking advantage of all these opportunities that are coming up in, that are possible in October, because you can't make up your mind, because you can't make a decision to take action. But this is only going to, and you know, actually the Temperance card, it also relates to feeling spiritually guided in a certain direction. So you may be thinking, I don't know why I'm called to go in this direction. I feel like I should take this action. But still you're on the fence about it because you're afraid of what the future is bringing. You don't know how it's going to work out. So you're kind of just sitting there looking for a sign, waiting for a sign. You have the Two of Pentacles here. This is a card of juggling a lot. So you might be working on several projects. Maybe for some of you, you might be dating two different people and you're trying to make a decision. Or you might be working two different jobs. You're just very busy. Or you're throwing yourself into your work so you don't have to make a decision. This is also a card that comes up when people are laughing on the outside and crying on the inside. Like you might be pretending to the outside world that everything's okay, but then on the inside you're feeling you're not feeling the way you're presenting yourself. Maybe you're still suffering from the Death card. Whatever changes the Death card brought into your life are still affecting you, and you're just kind of keeping busy not to think about the pain or the hurt that you're feeling. The Nine of Cups, though, is in your wish fulfillment card. Is in your environment, I'm sorry. This is a wish fulfillment. This means that you can get what you want. If there's something that you're desiring in October in a relationship, you can get it. You just have to take action. So maybe you're just taking time out to think and to decide because you want to make the right decision. You don't want to make any mistakes. Or, you know, you're just not sure of yourself yet. You're still thinking it over. But at some point with this card, within a month, by the end of the month, you're going to make a decision. Because this is a card, it's a time card actually that relates to 4 weeks. So I feel that within, you know, when you start October, once Venus goes retrograde and then the new moon comes, Venus goes retrograde on the 6th, and then the new moon is on the 9th or the 8th. You'll have this opportunity for a new beginning, but you may not take action. You may wait another couple of weeks before you actually get off the fence. You may need that time to think and sort things out. In your wish fulfillment sector, you have this Queen of Swords. So this could be someone, it could be another air sign, but it could also represent someone, a woman who has been through a lot, who has suffered a lot of heartache. This person has been hurt. It could be you, it could be the person you're interested in. This person, so they've built up walls, and it's like they're being very independent, like I don't need anyone. It's almost like if this is you, that's what's holding you, that's what's standing in the way of you getting what you want, because it's in your wish fulfillment sector. Maybe you're building up a wall because of what you've been through, and you're not letting anyone in. Or you could be dealing with someone who has that same issue, where they seem like they're not interested, but it's only because they've been hurt so much that they've built this wall up. So you have to break through the wall. You have to show your vulnerability. And that's another thing about this card. This is a card of, you know, reaching out to someone and explaining how you feel. So if you've had a falling out with someone and you're trying to patch things up, or trying to reach someone that you've lost contact with, or you're trying to, you know, you really need to lay your cards out on the table, and just both parties need to get together and talk about whatever it is they're holding in. And, you know, it's just be vulnerable, not to be afraid to be vulnerable. Because you have this Nine of Cups here and the Sun. So there are a lot of good things waiting for you in October. You just have to make a decision. You know, do I want this or not? Do I want to take action or not? You have the Six of Pentacles here. That's a card of give and take in a relationship. So maybe, because you're a very giving person, maybe you're in a relationship where there's an imbalance, or there has been an imbalance in the give and take, and you're feeling that you're not getting enough. You're giving too much. You're giving more than you're receiving. And you're, so you need to, maybe that's what you need to talk about. Maybe that's what you're afraid of. Am I going to give too much? Am I going to get anything back? Another thing that this card can represent is it's karma. Because sixes are always harmony. But this is a card of, you know, you've put a lot of energy into the world. You're a very caring person, very helpful person. Now it's your turn to receive. So that's, and it relates to this balance card also. That when you're giving to others, it's great to give. But you also have to remember to give to yourself so that you replenish your energy. And you have to be careful and set boundaries and not overgive, so that you're not drained. Because this is also a card of working in a career where you're helping others. So it could be a career where you're doing counseling, or you're in healthcare, some type of healthcare, or some type of social work. And you're actually helping people that are less fortunate. And you're giving a lot of yourself. So it could be that you're in a relationship with someone that needs a lot of support, and you're just giving. You know, maybe it's a child, and that, you know, because the Empress is like the mother card. So it could be related to family. Maybe your family really needs you right now, and you're giving a lot. But then at the same time, you're not leaving time for you to enjoy your life and to do things that you need to do. So in October, you really need to balance that giving. Balance the give and take. Don't be afraid to make a decision. Take your time, because this is a card of, you know, taking time out to think, taking time out to decide, because these twos are partnership potential. You have the potential for partnerships, maybe even more than one, because you have the Two of Pentacles. So there could be more than one option on the table, and maybe that's why you're taking time out. You just want to think, I want to make the right decision. I want to choose the person that's best for me. But, you know, it's there for you. Your wish can be fulfilled. And it could be fulfilled in a really nice way with the sun. You could be connecting, maybe you're you know, you're going to be expressing yourself more, doing something creative, having fun, doing some art project or some music project or whatever it is that you do that you enjoy, that makes you feel like you're a child again. Like, you know, it takes you away from your troubles and your worries. And while you're doing it, time stands still. You don't even know what's going on. You're just immersed in the joy of the activity and having fun. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you, Libra, the new moon is in the first house. And so again, this is a time for you. You can have it's kind of like being reborn. You can make a new beginning in the way you are seen in the world. A new beginning, maybe you're taking better care of yourself. You make a decision to care about how you look, how you appear to the world. So maybe you're exercising more or taking care of your physical appearance. You know, you want to be presentable in a better way, in some way. So you have this chance for a new beginning in self-expression, how you are seen in the world, how you present, how you move through the world. It's kind of like a personal, almost like a birthday in a sense, because it's in your first house, which rules your body, your physical appearance. You have Neptune in the 6th house forming a tense aspect. So Neptune, again, that also talks about, you know, the 6th house is the house of service. And Neptune in the 6th can sometimes mean that you're giving too much or you're sacrificing too much in service for others. So again, you have to find that balance and learn not to overgive. It's okay to help others. I mean, you know, there's a lot of joy in helping others. But you have to, if you overgive and you drain your energy, it may affect your health. So you have to balance that giving with also taking time out to recharge. You have Saturn going through the 4th house. Saturn is actually supporting Uranus at this time. It's trining Uranus in your 8th house. So there might be some changes with Uranus in the 8th house, you may be having sudden things coming up about income, about taxes, insurance payouts, your partner's income. There could be some fluctuations or surprise things that happen. Saturn in the 4th house, you're putting down roots, you're creating a stable home for yourself. Uranus in the 8th can also sometimes bring in an unusual, a free-spirited character. Someone like because the 8th house is the house of intimacy. So Uranus wants to free you. If you've been if your spark has gone out, and you're in this like rut in a relationship, Uranus could renew the passion. Or it could bring something new into your life that renews your passion, or transforms you in some way. And it could be unexpected, the Uranus card. Because Uranus is, you never know what's going to happen with Uranus. It's like, and Mercury is actually opposing Uranus, Mercury in the 1st. So you could receive an unexpected communication in October from someone you would never dream to have heard from. All of a sudden, out of the blue, somebody contacts you. Or you get a letter in the mail and has something to do with money or taxes or inheritance or whatever it is. There's some financial surprises in October. But nothing to worry about too much. The new moon also is squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So there could be some power struggles. I mean, your home life is transforming. It's changing in a major way. And it's kind of rocking your I mean, you have Saturn there for stability. Like you might have been living in the same house for a long time. Saturn brings a seriousness or a commitment to the home area, to home life. But it also feels like a burden. So maybe your house or your home is feeling more like a burden. And with Pluto going through the fourth house, that brings major change to your living, your house, your home. So you could be renovating, or or you could be changing your house in such a way that you don't even recognize it. Or things are happening in the home that are changing you on deep levels, causing you to confront some things that you haven't thought about since childhood. It brings up, your relationship to your mother. There could be mother issues, or early childhood memories that are coming up now, and you're having to deal with them. Now, the full moon is happening on October 24th, and that's again in your 8th house. So if any financial issues come up in October, you'll probably settle them by the end of the month. The truth will come out, information will come out that will help you see what's going on. Again, you have the full moon with Uranus in the 8th house. So, but you also have in the 2nd house the Sun and Venus. So, because the full moon is, it emphasizes polarity. So there could be a new relationship for some people, or the way, if it's not a new relationship or a new love, because Venus rules love or money. And Venus will be retrograde in October, so you could be reconnecting with people from the past. You could be reestablishing a relationship that kind of fell by the wayside and maybe comes up unexpectedly and brings new life to you. You could also be rethinking your financial situation, because Venus rules money. You might be thinking, well, maybe I need to change how I view money, how I deal with money. I have to change, or your values are changing. What do I value? Even self-esteem. Sometimes the 2nd house can talk about, what do I think of myself? Am I valuing myself enough? Am I getting paid enough for the work that I do? Am I being valued by the people around me? Am I loving myself enough? Those are all the issues that come up. Those are the 2nd house issues. So at this full moon, those are the issues that are going to be, that you're going to be dealing with. And there could be surprises, there could be new love, there could be, anything could happen. New money, unexpected windfall. Maybe a solution comes and you wind up getting an insurance payout, or because it's not money that you earn. Although with Venus in the 2nd house, it could mean that you change your source of income and you're now earning more money. Maybe you get a promotion, or you get a new job, and you're now, you're solving your financial problem. Saturn is trining the moon in Capricorn. It's trining this because the moon is in Taurus. And also it's sextiling the sun. So whatever decisions you make, whatever you started with the new moon, whatever comes to completion at the full moon. So if you're signing any contracts, or you're finalizing some kind of deal or decision, it is going to bring more stability into your life. Saturn represents stability. And so whatever you put into place will probably last for a long time. So if it's a new relationship, it could be something that will be really long term. Or if it's a job, you'll be there for a long time. So whatever solution you come up with at the full moon is going to be blessed by Saturn. And you want Saturn blessing things rather than the other way around. The other interesting thing about this moon is that the full moon is also squaring the nodes, the North Node in Leo. So I feel that with Uranus squaring the node, and Venus squaring the node, and Sun and Moon involved, I feel like there's some tension that comes up that forces you out of your comfort zone, but gets you on a path that's going to lead to greater fulfillment. That's going to be like give you a more freedom of self-expression. But the process of getting there may be a little bit difficult because of the square. But the ultimate goal is to get you on the right path. So you may have to go through like some turbulence, but then once you get through that, once you overcome your fears, or you get out of your comfort zone, you wind up on a path that really speaks to you, that allows you to feel more alive. So I think that October is going to be a good month for you, Libra. I think that once you make up your mind and you choose a path, you're going to be happy with the outcome. Just remember to, when you're giving to others, leave room and give to yourself as well. But you can have wish fulfillment in October. So release the past, embrace the new, and there's just so much out there for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you'd like a private reading, just dealing with your issues, we can go deeper into your specific situation. You can click on the link in the description box and schedule a personal reading. And I'd love to work with you. In the meantime, happy birthday in October. If October is one of your, if your birthdays are coming in October. And I will talk to you again. Oh, and also happy Halloween. And I'll talk to you again next month. So take care. Bye now. Okay.